Hello, people of the ACA podcast. I'm back. Finally, I'm back. Finally, we are here recording a new podcast episode, and not just a podcast episode, but also it's a video podcast. So I would highly recommend to you to turn on the video. We are in this beautiful scenery close to Denmark, where I'm doing vacation right now. And I think it's time that we talk again. I think it's time to have a talk again. It's time to have a chat again. It's time to do this podcast again. The last episode is around 7 or 8 months ago, or was published 7 or 8 months ago. And I listened to that podcast back many times. I was in Ghana with my family. If you didn't see the podcast episode yet or didn't listen to it yet, please listen to it. It's in English, but there should be subtitles and everything, so everybody should be able to understand. Today we are back in Europe. Let's just say Denmark. I don't want to reveal my actual locations because people are very annoying around here, but that's just life and there are harder things than that. How are you guys doing? First of all, how are you guys doing? I have a drink or something. I do have my water bottle, also from Europe. I hope you guys are doing well. The sun is shining, life is good. And before we get into what we're doing today, what we want to talk about today, how has the last 8 months been for y'all? For me, it was quite a lot. We will get into everything step by step. And yeah, once again, this episode has no AI in it. Everything from the script to the location is by myself, paid by myself. The ideas are from myself, and I will stay this way. I will change for anybody if anybody was interested. Because we finally got this ball rolling with this podcast and this whole project and everything. So upfront, I will not change for nothing and anybody. There will be no AI, and everything that we do here is on a free basis, and nobody is forced to do anything, but everybody has to live with the consequences of what they do. Either way, if you're listening to this podcast, you already made a good choice. And I hope the wind is not too bad today. I cannot control the weather, let's just get into it. I don't want to do it too long because normally I don't have a lot to say because everything has been said already, or if you've listened to the podcast, everything has been said, and my life is truly not that interesting. That's why I chose to go outside to record this episode. Sorry for my English. I'm trying to speak in a language that everybody can understand. So where do we start? This episode will come out depending on when I get to edit it and everything, and depending on when I'm back in Germany. Right now I'm in Denmark and I have to go back to Germany to do some things and rearrange some things for my life and also studying. But right now I'm on vacation in my little summer house. I'm enjoying it very much. I'm enjoying the solo time, which I don't get a lot, so that's quite nice. I don't want to say it's a new beginning because we've been on this journey together and we will continue to be on this journey together till the end. So I'm very happy to everybody who's listening. I can see the stats on Spotify. Me and my team, we can see the stats. And I am truly always touched, but also it still wonders me that people actually tune into this, even though I know that it's quite... I talk about important things here. It's ACA, so let's not pretend it's not. Where have I been? First question. I have the script here, so if I'm looking to the script, don't wonder. Just go with the flow. Where have I been these past 8 months? So once again, if you have... Oh, sorry, since we're actually outside and actually doing something, we also have nature and stuff that nature produces in the scenery today. For now, the next episode might be recorded with the green screen or in the studio, but for now I like the summer vibes I listen to a lot of music that's like influenced by summer still, so that's what this episode is gonna be. Where have I been? I was studying mostly during the winter time, so that's gonna be hilarious. If you saw the last episode, sorry, it's a little bit cold outside. If you saw the last episode, I was in Ghana. It was very warm. Then I went back to Europe, and now the next episode is back when it's like summertime again. I'm a summer person. I don't like the winter. I don't like the rain. So I was like in Ghana for a few weeks only. And then I went back to Germany to study again. I started my master's. Not that it's like that important for the mission of this podcast, but that explains a lot why I haven't been that active here on social media, because I was literally studying my off, and I'm quite proud of the way that I did it, even though I still have a lot of stuff to do, and the next semester also starts in a few weeks. So if I vanish again for like a half a year, please don't be surprised. I'm probably just studying and actually doing something good. But if you tune into this podcast, then you are not surprised by that. Either way, I'm still a dancer. If you follow the ACA_pod on Instagram or TikTok or on IG or Snapchat, wherever, you know that I'm not just like a political scientist, but also love dancing. And the past few months, it was always dancing. I danced a lot, but that's also part of studying and dancing go together for me. I don't see them separately. Yeah, we danced. We had a few performances. You can look on Instagram. All of those were quite fun, especially in like Hamburg, because we got to go on the big stages, and like thinking back to these moments and how we prepared for that with the team, with like the trainers, with the professors, with everybody who was involved. It was quite fun, and I like looking back on that area of my life, let's put it that way. Either more, I didn't do anything much really. I was just enjoying Europe. I was enjoying Africa in the last podcast. In the podcast, I'm enjoying Europe. Guess what I'm gonna enjoy in the next podcast episode. You will see when I'm there. Yeah, I was with my family. My mother is again in Ghana because how do I put it? I started to get into fashion also, and when I'm here in Europe, I don't have the inspiration for new fashion designs. I mean, you can very much tell by what I'm wearing right now. But when I'm in Africa or my family is in Africa, I get to actually see new designs, new patterns, new stuff that I want to wear actually, and that's why I basically sent my mom to Ghana to get me a few new things. Maybe you will see them in the next episode. I don't want to spoil too much. I don't want to spoil too much yet, but that's basically where I've been. Now I'm back, and I'm happy that everybody who is here, because I wouldn't have made it without the help of everybody involved. Exactly. So, let's talk about the COP30. The Conference of the Parties 30. I already started to film an episode like that twice, but I didn't want to release it yet because I didn't have the energy and power to do that yet. But now I feel ready to talk about that. If you don't know what the COP30 is, it's the Conference of the Parties. And if you follow the ACA themes and agenda, basically, you know that we are big on climate change and we're big on doing everything that we can to not stop climate change, but not make it as much as a nightmare as it is in some regions of the earth already. And just like the COP29, I also followed the COP30. And the reason why I didn't upload it twice was because it was really not that interesting. Me as a political scientist speaking, I can say it was good to know what's going on. It was in Baku in Azerbaijan, But for a regular person, or a person who's not a political scientist, or a person who just wants to actually take action in climate change and doesn't want to listen to politicians talking for a week about what we could do and not doing anything, it was really not all that, I can tell y'all. If you listen to the last episode, basically nothing has changed for the European part of the world, let's say that. And since that's where I'm located right now, we don't have to go back in time to do another podcast episode like the podcast episode for the COP29. That's why I will link it in the description below. If you listen to it on Spotify, you can just scroll down. I will try to make these podcasts available on also other streaming platforms. But right now we are happy with Spotify, and I just have to think back a little bit. For me, it's also some time ago that the COP30 was happening, but since climate change is not stopping, I will just link the last episode and not talk too much, because it's always better to just take action than to just listen and talk too much. And yeah, that's what I want to say about the COP30 right now. I will try to make another episode for the COP31 if it's gonna happen. I'm not quite sure right now where it's gonna happen and if I'm gonna be there, if I have the time and the capacity to be there, but I will try. And if there's anything that I forgot, then I will add it later during editing or put it in the description of the podcast. I know on Spotify you can just put it on the bio of it all. Exactly. I wrote a few things down, just like the recap. So what is the stance of the European Union? It's pretty obvious. The African Union also hasn't changed. If we just look at the United States, then you basically have the standpoints of what the Western world is thinking about climate change or what they want to do. And also wrote down what China and India want to do about climate change, but those countries are also not seen separately, because climate change is a problem that is concerning the whole earth. So I don't want to get too deep into it. Leaving it there. You have a few buzzwords, and if you want to know more about it, listen to my last podcast episode, or actually go to those countries and do something about climate change. Like I tried when I was in Vietnam or in Manila, China, Korea, yeah. I had a whole if you followed my TikTok, or if you followed my TikTok in the past 7 to 8 months, you know that I joined a team of a professor at the University of Vienna, and we are, how do I put this? Because I will release a paper if it's done, but for now I work with the hashtag energy colonialism. And how do I put this? It's a whole, there's people there, sorry, we were just interrupted by a few people, but we can go on now. So there's a hashtag called energy colonialism. It's already out, so I can also just talk about it freely. Energy colonialism is something that the world and the neoliberal order has brought to us, and the people that actually care about climate change can follow and look up to see the newest things about how colonialism, or how the colonialism that never stopped and turned into energy colonialism today, still affects the world that we live in today. I don't want to get too deep into this podcast, because this podcast is always supposed to be light work and flowing, and the whole energy colonialism thing is a whole research project. So if you're really interested in it, I will link a lecture that I did at the University of Hamburg also in the show notes. And once the paper is done, I will also, you will hear from it either in this podcast episode, in the next one, or on one of these socials. Exactly. Oh, that brings me to the topic of racism, a topic that is quite present everywhere people of color go. I don't want to talk for me only, but for people of color in general. And that's also, to me, a funny topic, but it's not really funny because, especially here in Europe, normally we have rules, or we used to have rules, that puts people who were racist or discriminatory towards any people in check. We don't have it anymore. So let me not leak it yet. Let me not leak it yet. If you're interested in why racism is such a big topic in Europe, even though we have like a constitution, then just stay with me and you will learn a little bit. Or just listen to one of the audiobooks from Martin Luther King, from Malcolm X, from Dubois, and other people who did it before me. But if you want a European, African perspective on it all, and also like a very political scientist or nerdy perspective on it all, then follow the podcast and maybe we will do a whole episode on racism in Europe, because there is a lot to talk about. And I'm very happy to talk about it, but not with people who are the problem. So follow for more. What have I also noted down? Let me take a little break, because I'm going topic by topic, even though this is just supposed to be a slightly lightly podcast. I really have. It's been 8 months, so I have a lot of things that happened. Also, this is also a new bottle. I really like it, even though it's kind of old looking already. But a few of our friends had a performance in Hamburg, and the people who organized it were so nice to gift us this bottle. So, yeah, thanks to Germany for the bottle. Yeah, even more politics, states, people, and more. Do you have something else to say? Because since I was studying so much the last few months, let me take a short break. Because I was studying so much the last few months, I didn't actually get to do politics. I'm just still a student, so I didn't went to any big organizations like I've been before. I mean, I've been to the European Parliament before. I've been to the United Nations in New York. I've been there or saw it. I know what it's like, so I didn't have to go there again. Even though I have a few things planned in Germany, in France, in Denmark, and around the European Union-ish. But those things are yet to come. So if you're interested, then follow. But it may take some time with everything that's going on right now in the world, all the wars, all the terror, everything. Yeah, that's basically it. I also want to give like a short teaser of what's yet to come. Because it may be the case that you've never listened to any other podcast episode, or you never listened to anything I've released yet, like ever. I don't blame you, I get it. So let me just tease what is supposed to come for this year. So right now we are in March 2026. No. Right now we are in April 2026. So we have almost a whole year to do a lot of things. Like I said, I will vanish for some time because I have to study. But from May on, so like in 2 months, we will have a few performances. The whole month of May is gonna be packed, and let me tell you, packed with greatness, lightness, happiness, and travel. From May on, we will just go around Europe and do our thing. Let's just put it that way. And we will do that to the end of the year. I already planned it, and it's on the IG, so you can follow me there, and there will be tickets. There will be tickets. There will be stuff. We will get into music. I said it. It was always dancing, but we will get into the music of it all. We'll get into the writing of it all. For my studies, I focus a lot on writing very academically in a Eurocentristic way, or how Europeans would like to hear me write, if that makes sense. But from now on, we will go more into actually writing what's important and releasing it. So dancing, writing, creative projects overall, just like the Fund for Future project that we collect in Germany, very specifically in Germany, collect these bottles where there are like a few cents on them for feminist projects. We will have a European governance project in Berlin, obviously. What else? There's gonna be anti-racism training, obviously, since we are in Europe. And there are so many things planned. I don't want to get into them all, but I hope that it sounded interesting so far. And once we get out of Europe again, then we will have the freedom to get a little bit more glam, a little more power into it all. But right now, we will work with what we have and what is there. It's mainly Europe, so what can we do? And except enjoying it. Yes, so far so good. I'm still training my languages. I'm still trying to dance, even though I changed studios. I changed the team. I changed everything a little bit so it doesn't stay as boring for me personally. Because, like I said, the last episode, I've listened to it a lot of times, and also listened to some of my YouTube videos and some of my. Yeah, I have two channels. If you followed me for a longer time, you know that I've been on the tube for a long time, and we have a channel who's just like me doing politics, talking, being myself, and one channel where I re-uploaded some of the old content that I had for the kids of today, and we will continue doing vlogs there. Yes, we are back. Yes, we are back. Yes, we will do vlogs again. You heard it here. There will be vlogs from May on. We will do vlogs. We will go around Europe and you will see it either on the ACA Kids podcast channel, not podcast channel, but video channel, or here, YouTube, IG, wherever you will see it. That's basically what I had to say for this podcast episode. I hope that everybody who's tuned in was interested. I hope that you learned something. And that's what I had to say for today. Thank you for listening, and we will see each other in the next episode. Thank you.